Good afternoon guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the short game metropolis here at Royal Waterfront. So what we're talking about today guys is a little bit of proximity, so similar to the theme that we've been doing on the golf course. If from 150 yards out, how close are we expected to actually hit the ball? We're now moving around the edge of the green. So what I want to talk about today is the difference from playing from the fairway and then playing from the rough. So when you're on the golf course, you might get a short par 4, get around the edge of the green, you've gone for it off the driver, you get down there, you're in the rough. So from the rough, how close are we expected to hit it? Would you be better off playing an iron for safety, having 100 yards in? Are you expected to hit it closer from there? So it's about thinking what's the best play for you. And we're going to have a look at that in the coming weeks. So I'm going to get out of the course here. We've got a couple of shorter par 4s. Is it worth the risk or reward? The third hole here at Waterfront is 330 yards, so you can get down and near the green, but does it go into the rough? If you're in the rough and closer, is that more beneficial to you? So here I've got a 10 to 20 yard shot, again very high tariff to this first flag. Tour average from here from a fairway lie is 7 feet, so although again you'll get down there and go, I want to chip this stone dead, realistically 7 feet is a tour average over the season, and they're going to be having high tariff shots just like this. So you've got to think for your handicap, if you're between 0 and 10, if you're inside 10 feet you've done very well. If you're between 10 and 25, anything inside 20 feet is good. And for above that, you're thinking, right, if I just get it on the green and give myself a chance at 2-putting, I'm going to limit the amount of shots that I'm going to have. So again, 7 feet from here, which does probably sound a lot to you, but that's your tour average. So again, a good shot there, landed at the flag, probably ran out a bit there. I'm probably around about 10-12 feet away. I'd be happy with that. So in the rough now, I'm going to roll this and make it realistic, so let's see where that lands. Again, sat down, a little bit of a tuft behind the ball. We've got to take into consideration here in the rough, it is nice and dry now, but we've got some grass interference in between the club and the ball, so that's going to give it less spin. At the minute, if you're playing early in the mornings, there's still going to be a bit of dew on the ground, there's going to be water, there's going to be more interference between the ball. If you're off the fairway, and again we've got a little bit of water in there, proximity is going to increase. So you've got to take that into account when you're playing these shots. If we're playing in wet conditions, we have less control of the spin, so it's going to go up even more. So here a little bit of grass interference. Let's see what we can do. Applied one there, had to cut across it. A good shot. Probably around about 6 feet, so that's inside the tour average from the fairway. So played a shot there, but very high tariff. If I had probably 10 golf balls from there, I don't think I'd get another one closer than that, and I'd probably get some a lot further away than off the fairway. So you've really got to think about around the edge of the greens, what are we expecting? Even from there, 10 to 20 feet, your tour average is 7 feet. When we go into the rough, the tour average is actually 9 feet. So only that little difference of what we're in the grass, that's 2 feet. And again, think about that. If we are 2 feet further away on average, it's a less likelihood that we're going to hold the putt. So being in the fairway is a premium. So playing those risk and reward holes, are you thinking that you need to be a little bit back and make sure you're in the fairway, we're going to have more control on that spin? Or is it worth getting down close to the green and being in the rough and then hoping we get up and down? So let's play another shot now a little bit further back, and let's talk about the differences. So we're now at 40 yards, so what are your expectations from here? Because a lot of lessons, if I get you from 100 yards and I say to you how close you want to be, you quickly say inside 15, a lot say inside 10. That'd be a good shot you'd be happy with. If I said to you, oh, 20 feet, you'd be like, no, that's miles away. Which we now know from previous videos, that will be inside tour average. So from 40 feet, think about it, what would you expect? It is tour average 13 feet, so probably a lot more than you thought, and that's from such a short distance as 40 yards. Again, from here we're not going to be able to generate as much spin because we're not hitting them with full speed. We're not going to be able to get as much purchase on the face. We're not going to get it to check and stop as much. So we've got to think there, what do we need to do to get it inside 13 feet, which would be a tour average? We need probably a landing angle for most golfers. But to get inside of that, it's going to be a very high tariff shot. We're going to have to put speed to get the landing angle. So I'm going to play this normally, a little bit back in my stance, 40 yards. Again, let's have a look at that. Landed next to the flag, ran out. So that's run out to at least, previous divot from somebody. That's run out at least to probably between 15 and 20 feet. So I wouldn't be too disappointed with that because this green runs away from you. So you've got to think there how hard the shot is, because this is based on tour average. You're going to have easier shots and harder shots from 40 yards. But we've got to think what we would be expecting to do. That from there, I shouldn't three-putt. So again, a lot of you start to think about it. If you're inside 30 feet, which is the, well, 33 feet to be precise, which is the number where even on tour they're expected to three-putt. If we can get inside that, if we can get on the green, we're giving ourselves a chance. We've not left ourselves with the easiest shot probably. This is not the place I would miss if the green ran away from me. But we've then got to take our medicine and make sure we get onto the green. So you'll see here as we go into the rough, as I roll the ball in, there's a big difference here now from in the fairway to in the rough. So we saw previously it was 2 feet. We're now looking at 5 feet difference. So on average from the rough, from 40 yards, we're looking at around about 18 feet. So again, we're only 40 yards away. We've just gone into the rough, but there's 5 feet difference. So your priority of hitting the fairways, hitting the shorter grass, is going to be a lot better for controlling that ball. So you can see straight away as we come in here, we've got a little bit of grass interference. There's a big tuft of grass behind the ball, which is going to, again, stop that spin. So to get this anywhere near and staying on the green, we're going to have to play with a lot of loft, try and send it high and try and get the landing angle to get it to slow down, because all those signs there are saying that it's going to land on the green and it's going to run away. So goal from here in the rough, I would say inside 30 feet, that's what we're looking for. I'm going to open this club face up. I'm going to make nearly a full swing here and try and use the landing angle. So again, use the landing angle, very good there. That's gone to around about 7 feet. So although I'm trying to say your percentage plays to place of the fairway, those two shots have shown you the total opposite, because the two rough shots have gone better. But that might be the same for you. You might commit better to those shots. You might be a little bit more positive. You're not trying to fiddle it in from the fairway. So you think what's better for your game. Off the tees, are you better being a little bit more risky and going into the rough because you're comfortable from the rough, you're happy to play from there, as opposed to having that 40-yard shot out of the fairway or 80-yard shot or 100-yard shot out of the fairway? Which do you prefer? Relate that back to what you want to do. So you can see there's a big difference in how close you should hit it depending on what kind of lie you're in. So think about where you're more comfortable. I will always say in the fairway is better, not that I've proved it on that occasion, but guys, hopefully you've enjoyed that. Hopefully that gives you something to think about, and we'll see you again later in the week.